In the second T20 versus Australia, India's performance was pretty disappointing actually, and it was a combination of different things, like India's luck with toss lately, then team selection, strategy, shot selection. I know they've lost just one match, and three more matches are remaining, but there are a few things that need to change, and Gautam Gambhir and Surya Kumar Yadav really need to sit together and they need to have a difficult conversation. Surya needs to have a difficult conversation with Gigi that he wants these changes because looking at their, I don't know, I'm not sure, but looking at their dynamic, it looks like Gautam Gambhir is the boss and not Surya, because I'm really doubtful that Surya would be making such changes like picking Harshit Rana for Arshdeep Singh. Arshdeep Singh is India's highest wicket-taking bowler in T20 internationals, and the same bowler who delivered consistent performances in the 2022 World Cup and the 2024 T20 World Cup. The same bowler who played a very, very important role in India winning the 2024 World Cup, T20 World Cup, has been benched. And it's been happening for a while now, be it test matches, ODIs, or even T20 internationals, which is his niche. And a bowler of Arshdeep's caliber, a lefty bowler, a lethal. He has a pretty good Yorker. He has a decent slower ball. He can ball in. He can ball in the power play. He can ball at the death, and they've been benching him. I don't know. I don't know why, because and they've been dropping him for Harshit Rana. And to be very honest, I don't really see the hype in him, because when he comes into ball, it doesn't give the satisfaction or the confidence that okay, fine, he's here and he is going to deliver, he is going to take wickets, but he just comes in and delivers the ball without thinking too much, and his only strength is bowling a few slower ones and the short ball, and it doesn't work every time. uh, there's something called as good wickets and there's something called as bad wickets. So good wickets are taken from the bowler skill, and bad wickets, like जुगाड़ू wickets जो T20 में निकालते हैं स्लोअर डाल के, जब बैट्समैन मारने की कोशिश कर रहा है, या short ball डाल के, setting up a short ball field. Such things, they don't work in the longer formats like ODIs and tests. You need to have the skill. You need to have the line and length. You need to keep delivering the same line and length to be able to pick wickets. And that is what Hazelwood did in the previous match. He's been at his best actually recently. IPL में हो, ODI में हो, अभी वो T20 में भी वो ODI और टेस्ट वाले फिगर डाल रहा है. He actually outperformed even Jasprit Bumrah. And you must be watching him. एक ही बॉल डालता है, फोर्थ फिफ्थ स्टंप पे लेंथ बॉल डालता है, and comes from a height. He's a very tall guy, especially on the bouncy Australian pitches. He keeps on bowling those, and even for the batsman, it becomes difficult to come up with a plan against such a bowler, because no matter what you do to him, no matter you go behind in the crease or you आगे आके मारने की कोशिश करोगे उसको, it doesn't bother him. He just keeps hitting that length time and time again, and that is the sort of bowler you need in any format, to be honest. And coming back to the Arshdeep Singh topic, when he comes in to bowl in the power play, you think he's a sort of bowler who will swing the ball back in, and sometimes out to the righty, and even for the lefty. He does that, and the best thing about him, he swings the ball. I don't see Harshit Rana swinging the ball. He's a hit the deck bowler. I don't mind hit the deck bowlers, but कितना deck को hit करोगे? You are getting hit for runs. You don't hit the deck. You ball fuller. He either balls too short or he balls so full in the slot, and there is no in between. He might ball one or two balls, but he's just not too consistent. And Arshdeep Singh, no person in his sane mind will drop Arshdeep Singh for a bowler like Harshit Rana. He has more than 100 wickets in T20 internationals. That's not for no reason. That's the thing about Harshit Rana. And playing just two pacers in Australia, and the third one being Shivam Dubey, and I don't even think he's going to bowl in this series. playing just two of them, and one of them being Rana. The first one being the one and only Jasprit Bumrah, of course. I don't think that's enough, Uh, there's no need to play three spinners. That same strategy is not repeatable. He applies the same strategy in all countries, in all conditions, in every format. The obsession with playing all rounders, and when pointed out, he mentions they're not spinners, they're all rounders who can spin the ball. That's just not that's not a satisfying answer from Gautam Gambhir. He just keeps trying to justify his selections. And once Hardik Pandya comes in, there is no place for Harshit in the squad. There's still no place for him, And what he did yesterday, a 33 ball 35. Okay, I mean, India was struggling at I think 50 odd for five after a disastrous run by the top order and the middle order actually, and poor shot selection, and a combination of good bowling, excellent bowling by Hazelwood. After that, they were 5 down for 50 odd. And okay, he played well. He played with Abhishek. The biggest problem the biggest thing that I found about him yesterday, that he didn't rotate his strike. He didn't rotate strike. Abhishek played just 37 balls. By the end of the 19th over, when he got out, he had played just 37 balls, and that he if he had played 50 or 55 balls, the target would have been much higher. I mean, I don't know, maybe he would have gotten out, but that was not for us to decide. The most important thing was giving him strike, and Harshit Rana didn't do that, taking singles in the last ball of the over, and farming the strike throughout the over, not scoring as quick. I didn't even expect him to score quickly. I just expected him to save his wicket, not by farming strike, but by giving the strike to Abhishek Sharma. And he shouldn't have come in ahead of Dubey in the first place, because why would you send your all-rounder, your bowling all-rounder, before a proven spin basher and a guy who has been in pretty decent form, who's a batsman most importantly, and a lefty? And you might say, it's because of Gautam Gambhir's strategy of sending of the lefty righty combination, but you need to change your strategy as per the match situation. You can't just keep doing it because you think it's right, or because you think it will work in this match. You need to keep changing it. And that was very weird. He did score 35 runs, and maybe that gives a bit of an ego boost to Gautam Gambhir, to justify his selection. But he had a forgettable day with the ball, just giving away 27 runs in just two of his overs, and he was again giving it in the slot, giving it short to Travis Head. We know that Travis Head struggles a little against the left arm pacers, and Arshdeep has picked Travis Head's wicket, I think a couple of times, and once in the ODIs as well. Yet he still picks Harshit. The matchup is there for Travis Head versus Arshdeep. But again, coming back to some other topic, the shot selection also was not too good, by Tilak Verma. Not going to be too harsh on him, because he has been playing pretty well recently, even winning the Asia Cup final single-handedly. Not exactly, but he was man of the match. But that was a poor shot. He knew Hazelwood was going to come at him. He needed to get off strike, or he needed to just finish that over. But he opted to sky it, and he got out. Sky's form has been a little on and off, mostly off lately. He looked good in the first match, but unfortunately, um, that was actually a very good ball by Hazelwood. So, uh, Sky, that was about Sky's form. And Gill. The thing about Gill is he watches Abhishek go at it, and they think in the top three, a batsman is required who can anchor the innings, and they see Virat in Shubman Gill um, from the point of view of an anchor. But I don't think that's going to happen, because no matter what role you're playing, you need to score runs. Even if you're an anchor, you're a basher like Abhishek Sharma. He's been bashing at a strike rate of more than 200, and he's been averaging more than 50 odd in this year in T20 internationals. And Surya comes in at three, sometimes four. Tilak can be the anchor role at 3-4. I still think Tilak should come in at three if you want that anchor role, and Jaiswal should open with uh, Abhishek. But they've made Shuman Gill the captain. So the problem with it is the vice captain. He's the vice captain now. They can't drop the vice captain. They want Shubman Gill to be in the captaincy role in every single format. There's that obsession with that as well. So of course they can't drop, and even if he continues to score less in the next few innings or in the coming year, I don't think they're going to drop him because he's still captain in the other two formats and is still vice captain, so they're going to give him more chances. So unfortunate for Jaiswal to miss out, and Samson as well. I don't think Samson fits the middle order role. There's more batsmen who can fit in that position. Jitesh can come in as a wicket keeper, and Rinku can come in place of, I don't know, someone. But that combination needs to change depending on the match situation, the team, and the ground they're playing at. So that's the thing. So in the next match, the changes I would make would be Arshdeep in for Harshit. The rest of the team would be the same. I don't think there's a problem with the rest of the team. But then again, the problem of Hardik not being in the team is that leaves India with just two fast bowlers and one medium pacer in Shivam Dubey who hardly bowls. So basically just two and half or not even half bowlers. And in case one of the bowlers have a bad day, the other bowler, has more pressure, gets under pressure, and the spinners have to do the job. And it's not always that you get grippy, slow wickets in Australia. They are mostly fast, zippy wickets. So one more pacer is needed. Unfortunately, I think they will have to sacrifice Kuldeep, not because he's done anything wrong, but because Varun is slightly better than Kuldeep in T20s, and he's shown that. And Aksar is an undroppable all-rounder. He can't be dropped. Solely because of that, I think they could drop Kuldeep. They could play Arshdeep in place of Harshit. And if he wants to persist with Harshit, then he can play Harshit, Arshdeep, and Jasprit in the next match. So that those would be my changes. And yeah, let's see what happens. They should. It's a quick turnaround. The next match is tomorrow on Sunday. That coincides with Indian women, their final with South Africa women at Navi Mumbai. So it's gonna be a fight sort of thing कि कौन सी मैच देखेगा. But by the time the first innings is over, I think the first innings of the women would start. So let's see what happens.